Greetings, everybody. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. And I got to duck out real quick and reload. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, we're back. And I want to remind everybody to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. There is a PayPal button in the details section for anybody who wants to share some love. All is appreciated. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about etymology of the term pollution. So let's get started with pollution as it is in etymology. And then I'm going to show you a different breakdown. And hopefully you'll see how it correlates. And what we're looking at here is Entem Online, pollution as a noun, mid-14th century pollution, discharge of semen other than during sex. Discharge of semen other than during sex. Later, desecration, profanation, defilement, legal or ceremonial uncleanness. So when you're born and you're discharged of your mother's waters and you take the first breath that God breathed into your nostrils, man became a living soul. The legal or ceremonial uncleanness is the recording of a man now charged after he was discharged of his mother's waters and now charged in the waters of admiralty, the laws of the sea. Late 14th century, from late Latin pollutionem, nominative pollutio, defilement. Noun of action. So it's a noun derived from an action, of verb. From past participle stem of Latin polere, to soil, defile, contaminate. So you see the root word, innate, unmoving, with tam. What does tam mean? In key tam, it means friend of the court. So we'll look that up. Probably from por, before. A variation of pro, before, for. Pro, per, pro person. The person, plus luere, smear. From pi root lu, as in lieutenant, dirt, make dirty. Lutos, sense of contamination of the environment, is recorded from 1860. What happened in 1860? Congress walked out Sendai, and the legal representation by a corporation came into being, but not common until circa 1955. Lutos, as an adjective, muddy, covered with clay, from Latin lutosis, from lutum, mud, dirt, mire, clay. Italic, luto, lustrous, or lustro, from pi, L-H-U-T-O, dirt, L-I-H-U-S-T-R-O, dirty place, from root lu, dirt. So what is the lieutenant? He is the tenant of the dirt. He is an armed forces of the land. Make dirty. Cognates, Greek, lythrin, gore, clotted blood. Lima, dirty water. Moral filth. Disgrace. Limix, rubbish. Refuse, refuse. Maltreatment. Age. The age of majority where you reach an adulthood and you damn yourself with an SS5. Latin, loose, filth. Old Irish, loth, mud, dirt. Welsh, ludetic, muddy, slimy. Albanian, loam, slime, mud. Lithuanian, lutnias, loam pit. Hence also English, lute, noun, as a type of tenacious clay or cement to stop holes, seal joints, etc. From Old French lute or medieval Latin, from the Latin noun lute also was a verb in English. Pollute as a verb is to defile. Violate the sanctity of. Violate the sanctity of, wherein you are known before you are formed in the belly by him, the Creator. And before you were cast forth from your womb and discharged of your mother's waters as a man and taking upon the first breath of life and becoming a living soul, he sanctified you. He ordained you, every last one of you, as a prophet unto the nations. And thus in the hospital where you're born and discharged of your mother's waters and take that very first breath of life, instead of somebody heralding and memorializing that event in his words, they put it in the law of the sea and charged it as a man. And as a man, not a child, you become a man in the legal system, supposedly, presumably, assumedly, fully capable of being age of majority, and therefore are damned in the record, and that is damage. That is damage to the sanctity of your soul, the living soul. And they do it through their ordinances that are not properly ordained. Render ceremonially unclean. So when you forget to herald and memorialize in a ceremonial type fashion that he was born clean, a back formation from pollution, a back formation from pollution, or else from Latin politus. And a back formation is going to be important here when we look up a different system of determining etymologies. Or else from Latin pollutus, past participle of pullere, to defile, pollute, contaminate. So again, we'll look up tam, Let me make a note here real quick. Okay. And related, polluted, polluting, meaning make physically foul. So they didn't make you physically foul. What they did was they made a record in error, which is foul. It is against the rules or does not count or counts against you. What's a foul in baseball? It counts as a hit, but you can't run. There's a limitation. It is from 1540s. Specific sense, contaminate the environment. Emerged by 1860, but was not yet in the 1895 Century Dictionary. Okay. Pro. Word forming element meaning forward, forth, toward, the front, as in proclaim. Oops. As in proclaim. Future claim. Mom proclaimed that she gave birth to an unclean man. Proceed. That's what the record reflects. That's what the record proclaims. That's what the record mirrors. Beforehand, in advance. So mom gave an advance. What did she advance? Well, she was supposed to advance the credence, the spirit, the spiritual credence. She was supposed to advance the merits. That did not happen. Prohibit, provide, taking care of. So one is a prohibition and the other is a provision. Does hibit look like habit? Learn how to see this stuff, people. Future habit. They're going to prohibit you from doing certain things that you might be habitual to, such as breathing naturally by telling you you have to wear a mask. That's a prohibition. Taking care of. Procure. Procure. Is that like acquire, as in the federal acquisitions regulations, wherein they have to inquire pursuant to a requirement? They tell mom you're required. That's why we're inquiring what your name is. None of your fucking business. None of your fucking business. Let me repeat that one time for people in government servitude that can't understand normal thinking standards. Fuck you. None of your business. In place of, on behalf of, pro-counsel, pronoun, a future noun, front noun, toward the front, in advance. That's what the surname is. From Latin pro, adverb preparatory, preposition. On behalf of. So they're when you go into labor, mom, what do? They have to prepare. That's a preposition. Put them in the stir-ups. Get prepared. Preposition her for birth. For birth. A vessel of the United States is coming forth. On behalf of. In place of. Before. For. In exchange for. just as, which also was used as a first element in compounds and had a collateral form, pour, import, export. Do you carry the cross? Imports and exports have T ledgers, folks. You've already been hung on the cross. Also, in some cases, cognate Greek pro, before, in front of, sooner, which was also used in Greek as a prefix, as in problem. Blem being blemish. You see the problemish now? The record is blemished. It is a problem. Both the Latin and Greek words are from pi, source also of Sanskrit, pra, before, forward, forth, Gothic, fora, before. What is the fora? Isn't that the forest, the fauna, and the flora, the floor? Before, Old English for, before, for, on account of, in exchange for. From forward, from, Old Irish roar, enough. My cup welleth over. I don't need your manual. It is a blemish on the spiritual. Extended form of root per son. Per son. You are not the per son. You are the Son. You are the Son of man, the Son of God. You are the child of God. You are a spirit in the physical form of a man. Forward, hence, in front of, toward, near, etc. So what is ward? And what is toward? And what is ward? And what is forward? The common modern sense, in favor of, by the providence and grace of God. By the providence and grace of God, I am favored. Okay, so let's look at the next one. We're going to look up the definition of pollution. And it says pollution, the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance. This is your standing. And the substance is something that is subject. That's the record. The record is a substance of your environment that was introduced upon you coming into the world, or thing that is harmful or that has harmful or poisonous effects. Okay? So look at how they break up the word. Recognize that? Oops. Pollution. the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance or thing that has harmful or poisonous effects. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Similar, contamination, contaminating, adulteration. Damn age, the adult. Adulterating, tainting, impurity, fouling, befouling, foulness, dirtiness, dirtying, soiling, filthiness, infection, infecting, the spell of illness. Opposite, only one term, purity. Pollution, according to National Geographic, is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. Introduction of harmful terrestrial materials. That paperwork was an introduction of harmful material. It has been harming you since the day you were born because they recorded as birth. Pollution by Britannica. Pollution, the addition, adding unto or taking away from the word of God, shall prove you a liar. Of any substanding, you took away the stance. Solid, liquid, or gas, or any form of energy. Does labor mean you have to exert energy? Did they take advantage of your mom's energy? To the environment at a rate faster than it can be dispersed, diluted, decomposed, recycled, or stored in some harmless form. The major kinds of pollution usually classified by environment are air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. You are made of gas, water, and land. The air that you breathe, 70% of your body is water. The other 30% or so is the nutrients and the oxygen. Modern society is also concerned about specific types of pollutants, specific as opposed to general or particular, such as noise pollution, light pollution, and plastic pollution, pollution of all kinds, including mankind, can have negative effects on the environment and wildlife, of which animal includes man, and often impacts human health and well-being, where your cup welleth over. So let's look at the first part of etymology of POL, as that term was broken up in that dictionary. Etymology, from Middle French pole, from Latin polus, from ancient Greek polus. Axis of rotation. Do you see how they rotated things in a mirror image? I'm age. I'm age. Damn age. Because you're adulterous. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You heathens. Let's take a look at Lou when we put in lu, it doesn't give us etymology of lu. It comes up Lutetium, which is a place name of ancient Paris. However, that is from Latin. Ill, spell of illness. Okay, let's look at the name. Famous warrior, light, of Latin origin again, or other. So the image is not you. You are the other. You are the clean one, and it is the unclean one. You are the famous warrior. They are the infamous person. You are the light. They are the shadow. See what else? There's something else I thought I saw. Prefix used to form diminutive nouns or to describe something as evil. That evil thing is not me. That is the person. That is the shadow. I am the warrior. I am the light. I am the other one. I am the warrior in the full armor of God. That is the investment. Are you catching on? My apologies. I've been doing this and didn't even show this. This is pole, axis of rotation, pole, polus. And then we have lutetium. That from Old Latin. Something as evil from Latin. Prefix used to form diminutive nouns. Capitis, diminutio, minimum, medius, and maximus. To describe what was scribed in your heart already, where you were sanctified and ordained. And they described it as something as evil. Baby names for the warrior, famous warrior, light, or other. So there are just some different possibilities that give you a deeper, extended, objective view of what we're looking at. So let's get on to the next one, which is the etymology of Lucian. So we're going to take the P-O-L out and do etymology of Lucian. And it says Lucian, N, meanings, etymology, and more. It says the OED's only evidence for Lucian, which is the closest form, 1656 in the writing of Blount. However, we see the actual Lucian as opposed to when we put in Lucian and it came up and brought us Lucian. This is why it's important not to just take the first thing that pops up in this fucking Google device, folks. Because according to the dictionary, there is no Lucian, but rather they come to the closest thing they could find was Lucian. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for Lucian, which is a name. It's a meaning. The name of Lucian makes you visionary, original in your ideas, inventive, ingenious, and creative in dealing with practical aspects of life. So did they mirror the image of your original ideas as you were invented by your ingenious mother, who was created by the Creator itself? So let's look at the TAM. TAM etymology. Lo and behold, you were discharged of your mother's waters. And look, etymology inherited from Pro-Turkic tam, to drip. What does tam mean in Latin? Nevertheless, all the same, so much as. So what they're doing in that birth, that enumeration at birth, is you dripped out of your mother as the man, and your mother informed them of that. Your mother is the one doing this. This is why it's inherent to understand what's going on in these hospitals. These doctors take a Hippocratic oath to Apollo and the Greek gods. And you just handed over a legal man to them, saying that that's substance and it has no standing. And that's what they're taking it as, but they're applying it to the physical being. You have to learn how to discern the differences. I hope you guys understand today's etymology and why it's important not just to look at etymology itself, but the way these people separate their words and usages, so you can get down into a more depth cognate idea of what's actually going on. Again, get a thesaurus too. In the meantime, I want to show my appreciation for everybody's support. Please do, in kind, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I appreciate everybody coming in today. I didn't plan on doing an open panel. That will be tonight. I do believe I've got a stream set up for tonight already. If not, I'll get that done right away. And in the meantime, please hit that PayPal button and share some love as well. And remember, I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. And that's to say, I don't care if you hate me. So may God bless you and have a good day.